I'm so thankful that I am a creative person and that I have my art to turn to, and that besides the people who I love and who love me, I have a passion for something. I have a love for something that allows me some momentary solace while I'm creating, momentary relief from the madness. And I think, contests like this and being able to show my work around the world that brings me joy. I think that's the message, is find your joy wherever it is in the madness. Find your joy in the madness. My name is Aaron Santos Boy Robin. I'm Filipino-American, but I'm now based in Barcelona for the last 4 years. My Instagram handle is @ARockinMan, AROCKINMAN, on Instagram, and my website is arockinman.art. So AROCKINMAN.art. My art, I take things that you wouldn't normally, that I don't think people would normally think of in artwork, and I try to make things, the unusual beautiful. My last series involves toothpicks, and I think I've been able to take and elevate something as simple and mundane as a toothpick, and tie it into really intricate and beautiful sculptures. My works also consisted with matchsticks and magazine catalogs, lots of printed material that you would normally discard after a while. So I like to work with things that people that you wouldn't really think of normally as part of fine art. Toothpicks. Toothpicks came as an accident in a lot of ways. When I was living in New York, a lot of my work consisted of printed materials. I would take printed materials and shred them and fold them into long strips. And I would use those strips to make woven paper objects. And I didn't have the same materials here because I came to Barcelona during the pandemic. I didn't really have access, but most of us didn't have access to, I would say, most art materials at the time. And so, being a creative person, I needed something to really, I just needed to do something with my hands. I needed to be creative. I needed to be artistic. And I was looking through stuff in my house, So, I had projects in my house. I'd work with matchsticks, with clothespins. And the toothpicks really are one thing that took off. And what I love about them is that I love that I've been able to take a material that was that comes from wood. That it's been transformed by a man-made process, and I can reform it again. I can transform it again into something akin to nature. I think my work really looks. Has a natural feel to it. The piece that you have selected for this round, people think more often than not looks like a sunflower, and I love that. I love that it's like evokes nature again. And it also really provides the sculptural process, and I like that it's paintable. And I've really been enjoying the painting process and the sculptural process that the toothpicks have allowed me to do. Yeah. I will say that the winning the Mrs. Toolip contest earlier this year just helped solidify, really emboldened me to go for more things. After Mrs. Toolip, I was in the finalist in 2 other international contests, one in Italy and one in London just recently. I just showed in Geneva this past week because winning Mrs. Toolip really gave me the energy, the boost that I needed to go after more, and because I knew that I had something here that was really interesting and truly unique. But I think, for a lot of artists, especially myself, there is this imposter syndrome, that's really pervasive, and that little voice inside my head says, yeah, but, and winning the Toolip contest kind of just took away that yeah, but voice, and instead of yeah, but, it turned into yeah, and I've just been going for stuff now. So thanks to Mrs. Toolip, it's given me a lot of energy to keep climbing and keep going for more. So yeah, it's very exciting. Art for me is art is life for me. When I'm not at home, when I'm far away from my work long enough, I actually start to crave it. I miss it. There's such a pull for me to be creative. I hate to use the word addictive, but there is something akin to that it needs to be fed. And for me, without art, without the passion for it, there is no life. So art for me is like food and water and air and shelter. It's a necessity, and I have to. The creative impulse, the creative process must be fed in my. While that's true, I don't subscribe to that notion completely. There were a lot of famous artists that achieved a lot of success, and they continue to achieve a lot of success while they were alive. I can think of Andy Warhol, who achieved a lot of success while he was alive. Basquiat achieved a lot of success while he was alive as well. And even if you go back a little bit further, Georgia O'Keeffe in America, and one of my influences is oh my gosh, her name is escaping me. Did these grand installations of found objects, and her work still lives on. But she achieved a lot of success while she was alive. So yeah, there are while I think art gets more valuable after a person dies, I think I'm gonna say that maybe I'll become the next Andy Warhol. Who knows? I think people can still be living legends as well. Again, I can point to Andy Warhol. I'm pretty, he was in the scene while he was alive, and people knew him and loved him and wanted him, and why couldn't we do that again? Why can't I do that? Why not? How do we remember? I think first and foremost that I was a good person, and I try to do good things in the world. And that's before I started pursuing my passion for art full time and as a professional. I think I tried to make the world a little better place in the work that I did. I worked in healthcare for a while, and I also helped people with childhood addiction to alcohol and drugs for a while. So I think, besides my art, I think that the legacy that I try to do some good in the world is how I would like to be run. True. I've been on this planet long enough to realize that I haven't lived through a time where there wasn't craziness in the world. There is what's happening right now in certain parts of the world touches me personally, and the sadness can become overwhelming at times, and the frustration and the anger and just the confusion as to why we just cannot get along with each other as human beings. And I'm so thankful that I am a creative person and that I have my art to turn to, and that besides the people who I love and who love me, I have a passion for something. I have a love for something that allows me some momentary solace while I'm creating, momentary relief from the madness. And I think, contests like this and being able to show my work around the world that brings me joy. I think that's the message, is find your joy wherever it is in the madness. Find your joy in the madness. It's just adding to my drive. To be selected again is amazing. The artwork that I've seen online from the other submissions are incredible and unique, and so to be selected with the first round of beautiful and unique art, and to be selected again with the second round with even more beautiful and more unique art, just tells me I just need to keep going. I just need to keep creating and showing my work to the world. And I think I have something that the world needs to see, and I feel really good and empowered by that. Again, I'm going to give you a very similar answer. I think it just shows that my work, the work itself, is speaking to people. People want my work to be seen, and that's really empowering, and it just makes me want to continue making more. I love that. I love that feeling of being pushed to do more. So I think it's great. I think my work speaks for itself, and it's done so twice now. So I'm very happy about it. I think there are places for that. I think, competitions that promote women's art. I think art is very necessary. I think places that promote catalog art are necessary. I think these groups are necessary to have. But at the same time, thanks to places like this is Toolip, because Barcelona is an international city, to be able to showcase work from around the world, or even from the international residents who live in Barcelona, like myself, I think that's important as well, is, to really be able to put Barcelona, on the international art scene, I think is necessary, because there is so much foreign influence here. There is so much good art from around the world that lives right here. And I think, and Mrs. Toolip highlighting and showcasing that is really important. So yes, while I do feel it's necessary to have places for, let's say, women artists or African artists or Asian artists, Catalan artists, at the same time, I think it also is to highlight the international scene as well, is just as important.